Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 4 updated itself, and it removed everything that I did to change the game to make it work. So, that's not gonna happen tonight. I have to work on that over the, weekend, I guess? I don't know. There's so much effort just to get it rolling. I hope it remembers the save file at least. It displayed in a resolution that was so fucked that I had to reboot my entire computer to just turn the whole thing off. I couldn't even tab out. So it effectively blue screened me, so I'm like, okay. We're doing that, then I guess we're not doing GTA 4 tonight just because of that. And that sucks. Stack that on the list of reasons why I'm not expressly excited for GTA 6. Hey, Arnifer, hope you get better soon. Hey, Cobalt. Hey, Sister A and Sleepy Dogs on the Red Dragon Empress. Good to see you. Oh yeah, Twitch stuff, Arnifer. That's wild. Oh, is it muted? Probably is. I can't even tell right now. Let me get all my stuff up here. Yeah, thank you. Nothing's working today. Fortnite thing. Everything's just broken. Damn if YouTube gives out the notifications or anything anymore. Like, well, shit. I appreciate you folks who show up, though. I really do. For $5 says this game is rad. I like this game. I'm still playing the demo. Trying to beat the demo. So at least we got good games besides GTA. But man, I'd like to play GTA 4 and have it not be a pain. Same for Prototype. Prototype's all sorts of broken on computers. They're never gonna fix it. And then companies like Microsoft buy Activision, like, oh, our catalog of games that haven't been operating on modern systems for years and they're only moving because of FanWorks. Like, I don't know, it's broken. Patch it yourself. That'll be $20. It's a deal. Yeah, Cypher, I don't understand getting mad at Hunt Showdown. If somebody's using a cheap engine or whatever, then, you know, that happens. You'll run into a loser. Now, granted, if it's all the time, that's, you know, annoying, but I don't know, say. I don't enjoy the I'm angry at the video game attitude. It's weird to me. Excited, sure, but like, oh, this ruined my mood. Nah. Hey, Night Talker, I remember for 4 months. Thank you, Night. Yeah, you gotta get these technical errors out of the way, get GTA 4 working, and then get a list of games that are more fun. While playing that Spider-Man 2 game, I was thinking, man, I could be playing Prototype, I could be playing any assortment of open world games, Mad Max, Just Cause. But I'm just playing I'm doing the Spider-Man thing a second time. Like, oh, but it's the Venom story, but we twisted it around ever so slightly. I don't know, it's just boring to me. If you're a Spider-Man fan, that's awesome, though. Kills the phone when someone's dogging the game and complaining. Yeah, I agree. It's especially frustrating when you're like trying to listen to the enemy and somebody's screaming, "Ah, how could they do that? Ah!" And you're like, well, if I don't know where the enemy is now, then you get shot. And it's like, yeah, you know, that's what happens when you can't hear. Too popular to talk to chat. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, I guess I can't blame folks who end up like that. I get tired from time to time. Usually it's because I just ain't got shit to say, though. If you insist, it's like, hey, Albert, hey, I'll respond. Then again, like running a stream door, it's like, and here's another episode of my 6-hour-long solo comedy routine thing. That's not fun. That's like hell to me. I wouldn't like that. Episode 462 of Haha. And Sleepy Dog Zone, we're gonna turn it all to stand-up. And ditch the video games. I'm just gonna be like, hey guys. Knock knock, who's there? A big, stupid, fat, smelly, dipshit asshole. Big, fat, smelly, dipshit asshole. Ooh. You. It's an insult. Knock-knock jokes rarely make me laugh unless the person goes real blue with it. Tell me the most offensive knock-knock joke, because I'm not allowed to. But you in chat have the power. But the combat does get a little singular after a minute. Thanks to demo perfect play. Hey, Smirky. Yeah, this definitely needs a little more variety in combat. I wouldn't know how to do it. I think it maybe limited ammo, maybe some ammo pickups, something like that. Well, I mean, as a proof of concept, it's mostly working here. It's really fun. Wasting time with anime. We all know that anime is just a inferior form of animation. You don't hear it anymore, but a long time ago, people mispronounced it all the time. It was a good plan. Or anime. Anime. My favorite is anime though, because it's like trying to put like a foreign inflection on it that doesn't exist and is completely unnecessary. It makes no sense. Anime. You can tell it's from another country because they use the, A we don't touch. The anime. My favorite anime is Dragon Ball Z. Hard truck apocalypse, pretty much. Mad Max. Fun car physics. Austin T says, don't waste your time with anime. Waste your time with Starship Troopers and die for the Federation. Anime is for losers. Okay, so I think after these two events here, that'll be the end of the demo after 3 trips with this. What a demo, though. They gave you a lot. Watch, I'm gonna get through this and go, there's actually one more set of enemies. I like when demos have enough gameplay that if you're completely broke, you'd be okay with just playing the demo. Need more of those. I think you get more customers out of that. If I'm sitting there playing your demo for like 8 hours, or God forbid I get addicted to it, you know, and I'm like, oh yeah, I put in 40 hours on the demo. I'm eventually gonna buy the full game. It'd be weird not to at that point. I think you're gonna run into too many people who are like, well, I put 8 hours of the demo and that's all I needed. I got my money's worth. Haha, suckers. Unless it's all your game has to offer, you know, and that's a problem. I remember Vigilante 8, Max Team. Vigilante 8 had weird development because it was Interstate 76, which oddly played a little bit more like this than you would expect. Kind of played like a military tank simulation than anything else. But, yeah, Interstate 76, then Vigilante 8, which was like the, you know, they had... PlayStation 1 was weird. It could do better graphics, but it didn't have as much memory. I don't know how to put it. I mean, I guess that's exactly how to put it. So you get fancier looking games that were more primitive on the gameplay scale. Not all the time, but most of the time. So Vigilante 8 was kind of like a downgrade from Interstate 76 in terms of complexity, although it'd be hard to tell just looking at it, but trust me. A lot less simulation going on there, but you know, it was called arcade style back then. And I guess we still stick with that. Arcades aren't technically dead. They're just in a really, really weird form now. Anyways. What I'm saying is, oh yeah, I remember Vigilante 8. I think Jack and Daxter had a combat racing game, which is more like a Mario Kart than a Twisted Metal, although it may have had a combat mode. I think it was like an afterthought. Maybe it's all center of it. I don't know. I never played that one. Charge at him in auto lock. Something I find fun about fighting AI that does that. It's like fighting a bunch of drones. Being full-clad football gear with a baseball bat. Just flying drones hit you all day. You do them. Fucking smash the shit out of some fucking drones. That sounds like a good weekend. How many more are they gonna send? I'm not entirely convinced this demo is just gonna end. Hell yeah. All the time. It was like, and then when I get bored of the racing, I'll play this stupid throwaway mode, which is the biggest issue I find with car combat stuff. I'll find stuff that's mostly just, it's like, it's Mario Kart. We put in an inferior version of Vigilante 8 in there. So it's pretty much the best you got. They got me there though. I mean, it's like, well, what are you gonna play instead? You're gonna get Valeria and play fucking Twisted Metal? Do like some fucking, what's that program? That doesn't matter. Some screen share of Vigilante 8 and whatever the PlayStation equivalent is. Get close enough for me to shoot you. There you go. Yeah, this reminds me of Crimson Skies on the Xbox. There's a pull. That was a good one. Yeah, Spirit Taker, you know, funny enough, I got Grand Theft Auto 2 working on this computer, but Grand Theft Auto 4, no, it likes to update itself. It's almost like they're just asking you to just acquire it elsewise. And why wouldn't you when it decides to just like go, nah, I'm just gonna take your configuration file and just delete most of it, because I don't like that. I disagree. stupid figures. I don't know, Rockstar is really weird about PC games. They tend to like want to have a lot of control over your computer. Like a lot. More than they ought to have. Let's put it that way. Like a paranoid level of like, are you really buying this? Are you just tricking us? Are you buying this just to fuck with us? Then when somebody's actually hacking the game, they don't know what to do. Like, oh no. Man, tell him to turn his computer off. Tell the hacker to stop it, just unplug his computer, knock it off. Did you try that, sir? Hacker's now saying I need to say the very awful things about my mother. Well, did you just try saying them and giving him what he wants? It's a lot cheaper than programming security. Hey, Bobby. Well, you know, as long as the nudity's tasteful. I do believe we may be near the end of the Humes demo here. Finally, after so many years. I like the soundtrack to this one too. No, this make me turn around for that last one. I'm doing good, Bobby. Still a little peeved about GTA 4, but I mean, after a point, how angry can you be? It's not like they're gonna fix it or anything. It's like being mad at the concept of, I don't know, bugs. Like, yeah, I mean, you may not like them, but what are you gonna do? We share the planet with Rockstar, we share the planet with cockroaches, this is just life. There we go. Oh, more. All right. I should really watch where I'm driving, but I also gotta aim, so sadly, I only have 2 eyes. I guess you can do that with 2 eyes, but my eyes face the proper way. If only I were some kind of radioactive mutant with an eye in the back of the head and an eye in the front. People would underestimate that guy. I'm sorry, Arna friend. You know, if it's clogged up, well, I can't get medical advice, but if it is clogged up with wax, you're gonna have to go to a doctor. That's just how that is. Like, I tell you what I would do to myself before I'd see a doctor, but then, like, that might kill you, right? So I'm at a catch-22. Like, oh, I put a little peroxide in my ear, and then like you're gonna do that, and your head's gonna fucking explode. I'm gonna get an email from your wife saying like, "Hey, my husband's head exploded. Why'd you tell him to put peroxide in his ear? You can't do that." And I'd be like, "Damn, you're right." When you're right, you're right. This game, it's just missing a few things on like controls and design, but I mean, like, it's pretty much I would play this already with some FTL style progression and all, but I feel like a little extra on the combat would go a long way. Like, it's missing one singular element, you know. cannons too. Me more. My vehicle's built for this. I pictured this exact scenario. I'm going to your true form. Yeah, it's purple flavored. Whoa. All right, that's not. Damn, there's still more to the demo? It must just never end. No, it's a new body. And a new weapon. Damn. This is a very long demo. I mean, sure, we'll try this. Why not? Re-equip. This will be better. Yeah, running for in this game will probably be quite long, I'd imagine. I still want them to tune up the combat a little bit, but I really don't know how. I mean, yeah, I can say things all day long like, oh, I'll put power-ups on the stage and do this. And I should get prizes just for playing, but that doesn't really necessarily translate to it working out. Sorry, GTA 4 didn't work out tonight. That I would have just now gotten it booted up, and I've been like, oh, be eating way too much of the night. So yeah, my plans for extra kind of went up in flames, but still plenty to play. I'm struggling on picking some games that I haven't played though. Like on one end, it's like, yeah, I got an unlimited amount of games. Then I look at some of them, I'm like, I don't know. I got nothing to say about this video game. Unless it's just reactionary stuff like classic, you know, Mario Brothers or whatever. Or like Zelda where it's like, you know, whoa, look what I did with this game. Fumes. I'm like, whoa, I did that. Then pow, pow, I did that. Action style games. But, I don't have any further nuance to add to Command & Conquer or... you know, even newer stuff, I say newer, stuff like Dead Space or Alan Wake 2 or whatever. Like, I like Alan Wake 2, we're gonna finish that up someday, but, you know, my commentary on it wouldn't be as good as it used to be. Also, I feel really weird talking about the games industry. I'm getting tired of that, too. I'm glad we kind of evolved past, Xbox, but the games industry or what's Nintendo doing? I don't know. After so many cycles of it, it's like yeah, Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft are gonna make some bullshit that may be mediocre or the best thing ever. And then when they release a stinker, it's like, oh, is the company dying? Nintendo will be around forever. I know Microsoft jokes about buying them. I think you'd have to sell products so much cheaper than they could afford to provide that it would be just against all common sense and knowledge to not work with Microsoft, but I don't know. I don't see it happening just out of brand name. It's not even about like, well, they could do so much better than Microsoft. It's like, yeah, but like the brand at that point, it's kind of like what they did with Star Wars, to where Star Wars isn't quite what it used to be. folks are like, oh, well, it's just such an old franchise. Like, no, they put out some movies that, you know, didn't make everybody happy. Let's put it that way. And, you know, whether you like them or not, that's like, neither here nor there. It's just like, I don't know how to put it. I usually end up liking the new stuff everyone hates, but I also understand why everybody hates the thing. It's like, but it's not making the serotonin go off. Like, you can't argue that. They're not just lying when they say like, I fucking hate it. I've never ran anybody who, well, except for maybe a critic, I guess, who hates something intentionally. I've seen some critics go like, oh, I just hate everything made in Japan or some weird stuff like that. I feel like those people don't count, though. Like, can you believe a critic said a stupidest fuck opinion just to get you to pay attention to them? Oh, really? They did. Someone on the internet pretended to be stupid for attention? No. Microsoft intends to buy Nintendo that bring World War III to our footstep. Maybe. The Japanese government might actually step in on something like that. Then again, though, if the Japanese people at Nintendo really wanted to sell and the Japanese government was getting in the way, they could just go to China. China doesn't care. It's like, oh, copyright. You know, we don't have that word. What's that? Yeah, I got the right to make copies. Copyright. I get it. Chinese knockoff media. It's fun. I wait for the day that one of them overtakes. Oh wait, TikTok. Yeah, all right. Joke's on me. That's YouTube that it's overtaking. Very platform I'm on right now. Good job, YouTube. Good job competing with the Chinese Google. You're doing a good job. I don't think they care, which is somewhat better than how Twitch is handled. They care too much at Twitch. Google's like not enough hugs from your parents, and Twitch is like too many hugs from your parents. Then TikTok's like, I don't even want to know what to classify that as. Now TikTok is another Twitter failure. They had Vine. They already had it. Vine looked good. Why did they shut down Vine? What the fuck was wrong with them? That might be one of the dumbest decisions that people don't harp on nearly enough. Vine's like, here's a successful business platform. Not successful enough, though. Let's just throw it away. Let the Chinese have it. There you go. Good old American ingenuity can get it done, you know? TikTok's so, like, you know, embedded in everything. It comes on a brand new Windows computer. So, you know, even Microsoft's like, well, you know, they got a good data set. They harvest some mighty fine data over there at TikTok. Koreans are correct to distrust the Japanese and the Chinese. They have very good reasons. Like, I asked that, it's like, why is Korea hate Japan so much? I'm like, oh, yeah, I get it. Might hold a grudge over a few of those things. I think we bombed Laos like 189 times. Well, it had to have been more than that. We bombed most of the country. Pretty cool job. But can you imagine? They're not big American fans over there. You'd think they'd love us because we won. Turns out kicking the shit out of one enough. I think we need another Katy Perry song. That'll do it. Oh yeah, maybe this game could have more of a penalty for crashing into, like, you know, world. That made me want to keep an eye on where I'm going a little bit more. Although I do like the somersaulting gymnastic cars. India and Pakistan. Everybody hates each other this day. It's wacky when you get down to it. My favorite thing about foreign cultures is when American people get obsessed with a specific one that they are very far detached from. And they go check it out and it's not like they expected it all. Really, that's more of a Japan problem, but I know Japan's smarter than that. By now they, ooh, that looked awesome. By now they surely have, like, look, if the person who reads lots of magazines or whatever comes, you just send them over to this side of the street. We'll sell them a whole bunch of fucking bullshit. They just want to buy Funko Pops in a different country. I want all the luxury and the luxury of just buying Funko Pops, but I want to do it with different money that I have to pay more for. I gotta get it converted. How do you say Funko in Japan? Like Funko. Oh, wow. Oh, such culture. Tourists are fun. They're like lost dogs. It's like they'll go with anything as long as you, like, you know, point them where the food is, food and lodging. Like, okay, yeah, I'll believe anything you say. That street's haunted by a ghost. Oh. Oh, I gotta make it more state facts. And want to make a good impression for the Germans. Well, they sure as heck did. And the more you look into World War I, the crazier it is. Like, yeah, German saboteurs in America exploding things. Not limited to the Statue of Liberty's fucking flame, by the way. And they're just, just German saboteurs like, oh yeah, you're funding the other people. We're just gonna blow up a bunch of your infrastructure and people. Kill a bunch of folks, and they did. And we said, okay, well, we're going to war. Didn't work out. We have a long history of people exploding stuff in our backyard and us going to their house and kicking their ass. Determined to get through this demo tonight. Grand Theft Auto didn't work, but I work, and I'm gonna get through this. this fails, we'll be able to see the world again through the American bubble we live in. Ultimately, through every accent, I think one of my favorite things about American people is that a Chinese person in Boston's gonna sound like a Boston person. Usually they pick up. And that is awesome to see. I'm only just now seeing videos of people in China who can like do a New York accent spot on. And when I see it, it freaks me out a little bit. I'm like, oh, damn. Like, you can definitely tell he's just swapping from like strict Chinese to like, you know, typical New York accent. But seeing somebody do that and not be, you know, Chinese American, but just like straight Chinese, never been to America a day in his life, that's interesting to see. Usually I only see that from naturalized people who've been around for a long time. Not somebody like, well, I'll learn how to do it in a year or two. It's interesting. What does it mean? Nothing. There's really no meaning behind any of it. It's just interesting. Like how people adapt to things. Like, why do you walk like that? Do you ever think about that when you're walking? Why am I walking like this? He walks slightly differently. Did it change anything? Gosh, I goddamn hope so, because I thought about it enough. Probably not, though. I gotta let them catch up to me. Or they're afraid to get near me. Both might be true. Let's kick into neutral here. Come on. Like, no, chase me. Chase me now. The American Civil War movie that's coming out. There's not gonna be another American Civil War. Everybody's too fat. Please. Like a few days without showers or like, you know, water or like basic things being cut off, forget about it. Ain't gonna happen. They're like, I was all for the war until they cut off the internet. I say this with full confidence as an unwilling taxpayer that I definitely would not raise up a gun against Uncle Sam. I would just as soon do that as I would like go sign up for a fucking war for Uncle Sam. Both are bad choices. You don't want to fight on. You don't want to be on either side. You don't want to fight for or against. You kind of just want to stay the fuck out of Uncle Sam's fucking way. At least that's what every smart person did. Every person is like, I'm gonna expose her. I'm the deep duck in the belly of this great institution that we call America. It's like making your head a bullet magnet. Motorized wheelchairs, true. Motorized wheelchairs are pretty good. This game is good popcorn fun, though. I think this would make a good mobile title just for the simplicity of the controls. It's really just drive and aim, pull trigger. That's for which cannon fires off. They each have their own like little radius that they stop at. It's nice. Oh, it can be so much more though. They can do a lot of things. Also, somebody could give them a lot of money to do said things. But that's probably not going to happen. I hope that whatever they spend in development, they get back double for at least this. This is a breath of fresh air. It's nice to see vehicles and cars doing things that aren't like a simulation racing game or just Mario Kart. It's a different idea. Is it perfect? Nah, it still needs development, but I mean, I'm liking it though. I'm not bored. Just a little bit more variety, just a tinge more, without it being annoying, of course. You know what they did here is probably one of their better achievements is that they didn't introduce any really annoying enemies here. Then for sort of something's like, and this enemy makes you play the game completely different as to how you would expect. That stuff ruined games for me. It's like, oh, well, we had to make it hard somehow, so put in something that doesn't really, work well with the whole theme that we were going for. No, thank you. I was hoping that it would control like shit more. This game does not have that problem. Okay, I might have the issue that I guess if I was running shotguns or flamethrowers, it'd be different, but as of right now, I see no reason to not just hold down the fire button. Like, why am I not just shooting at all times? This means I gotta just grip my mouse for an hour if I want to play. And be prepared to hold on to this object for an hour. No problem. As long as the pretty colors show up in front of my face, I won't even notice. Game is really beautiful. Like, the lighting's well done. It's the retro style and the textures, but that's not a knock on it because the art style's consistent. Like, it looks the same up close as it does far away. I like it. Very cool little retro shaders on the windows. They had the people behind this have a damn vision. Good for them. Bind fire to the side mouse button. Yeah, I'm still gripping it though. At that point, I may as well just like bind a button to stop firing. Ooh, another pounder. Nice. Green people in 50 years. There's no super mutant empire. They can't breed. It's pointless. They're all sterile. Shortest lived kingdom ever. We'll roid ourselves out until our balls don't work, and then they'll. It's like, that's not gonna work. Come on. Real. Hell yeah, this is a much meaner vehicle now. You know, to this day, one thing I hate about the term invented, at least for long-running historical stuff, is that somebody will be like, nah, Romans didn't invent the toilets because back in time there's this one guy, Wilfred P. shits himself, and he made a toilet that kind of works, so he invented the toilets. Like, yeah, well, you know, he wasn't the one who popularized it. Cloning's a non-sustainable way to maintain any kind of get away from you vehicle. Anyways, I mean, I guess you can do a clone farm. It doesn't feel very like Ultimate Master Race if you have to, like, you know, use tubes. Like, well, I gotta use a plastic tube, but we're the masters. Like, what happens if you run out of PVC? Well, I guess we just die. Oh. I guess you can say the same for human and food. I don't know. Run out of food, we die. This is true. Maybe I'm just too aesthetically focused. It's just, how do you have a proper economy without sex? At least they got the war thing, right? But they ain't got the sex part, so it's like half the damn economy. On a good day. This is nice. A little bit less annoying than having the rotors going the entire time. I do like the concept of having like 4 crosshairs that are constantly moving around and fighting each other and having to like pick the best between them and be like, yeah, that one's probably gonna hit. It's like a heavy metal game. I don't know, it's more like surfer music. There's not much to defense besides just having more armor. I haven't really seen how the AI aims though. Like, I got an idea that they kind of just hover near you, kind of like how classic games always do, to where if you stand still, they'll always hit you, but if you move a little bit, they'll have trouble. But all things considered, I don't know why you wouldn't go for the heaviest car with the most guns. I just don't see the tactical advantage of the tiny ones. So maybe that can be addressed somehow. Because I hate having like a useless, you know, tier. I think the finals has an issue a little bit too. Maybe not useless, it's a bit harsh, but you know what I mean. Or it's like, oh, well, you'd only pick that if you want to make the game harder on yourself. Well, then why even have like a light, medium, heavy class anyways? And light, medium, and heavy is just a difficulty slider. Well, just let everybody pick whatever weapon then. Don't even classify it. Well, I guess you can do that in this one. I'm complaining about a different game. Getting my thoughts confused there. Sleepy Dogs, up to this point, I'm more convinced I'll be able to play GTA 4 through GZ Doom before I'll be able to play it just off the PC or on a different console with, you know, any relative ease. probably do some browser window emulation. They'll be like, welcome to GTA4.com. And you just look at a Chrome tab, it renders the game properly. I wouldn't be shocked. Chase me. SD weapon set's working pretty good. I'm outrunning you. This is a big fat car. You shouldn't be outrunning you, little guy. You're the tiny fast one. Just play this. Just get the Series X and play it off that. I mean, you know, there have been times where I did that. I did that for Dead Space, but then I figured out that I actually had a proper Intel processor that could run it right. So I got lucky on that one, but it did get a price drop. That's nice. I can't say the Series X is a terrible value. The PS5 is not a lot better. I mean, I got fucking Spider-Man 2. I mean, I guess I'll give it the Demon Souls remaster. I might want to go back to that someday. Could be fun. Hadn't been emulated on PC yet, but again, Demon Souls 3 is alright by itself too. I think the fact they gatekeep it so hard that why didn't they put the Demon Souls remaster on PS4? Why not? It wouldn't have hurt anybody. They must know that the PS4 is about to get broken open or something like that. We must be really, really close to like PS4. Like, why else would they not remaster Bloodborne? They're like, oh, they're just gonna have it in 2 years from now, anyways. It's got to be something like that. So I guess, well, my hopes for Bloodborne on PC or Bloodborne anything are really low. On the other end, that does kind of give me a bit of hope. There's a good chance that the emulators are working. They don't see a financial value in it. It may have everything to do with the fact that, like, well, they're just gonna pirate it. If that's the case, that means it's gonna be updated already for free. Gotta like free. More pounders. Good night, OCD. As far as all the spy stuff, I give up, Doof. Like, half the things I own have cameras in them for one reason or another, and it's just like, well, what are you gonna do? Every government in the world has agreed that this is okay and right, and that you just shouldn't say anything. It's convenient for everybody. Friend, it is a good idea for you to sleep fresh towels every day. Don't skip on that, by the way. Not that I think you would or should or are, but like, yeah, fresh towels and take it easy on your ears. Don't pick at them or nothing. And see a doctor. You have to go to a doctor. If it's that bad, sorry, it's just how it is. Or at least a nurse or a clinic. Like, even if you can't see like a full-blown doctor, a clinic could probably help you with that. It sounds like you just got your ears clogged. That's like something they can help you with. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's just like ear drops and you're done. Good, I hope they set you up. They're probably just gonna give you a little jar of ear drops and be like, look, put this in your ear, it's gonna suck. Like, I wear headphones a lot, so once in a while I do have to be like, ooh, because headphones will, first of all, you need to clean your headphones every week. That's something I don't see anybody do, so whatever. But outside of cleaning your headphones once a week, the other thing you need to do is just keep an eye on your ears, or just know the warning signs of what an ear infection is. And if you feel one coming on, hit a little peroxide. Does the trick usually. If I just like if I don't clean the headphones, or if I don't clean the headphones, if I don't clean the towels, if anything near my ears aren't clean, like that's just. You just get infections. It gets clogged. It's just how it works. And I know the little Q-tip box says don't use it on your ears, but they're liars. Everybody does. What else am I cleaning my ears with? They're like, well, you should use our ear cleaning system. Bullshit. I disagree with that. Proper way to use a Q-tip is to stick it in your ear and just slam your head into the table. Swamp! That'll get rid of it. Eardrops, yeah, you probably got to get the serious shit then if your ears clogged up. But I don't know, it sounds like it's just a bad-ass ear infection. Driving backwards always was an option. Ruptured eardrum. Yeah, if it's a rupture, you're definitely gonna need to go to a doctor and probably not use headphones or anything for a while. That sucks. I feel for you. That really does suck. My voice comes from personal experience of being exhausted with that shit. Or it's like, oh, you got another thing. Oh, a little bit of illness here. Oop, a little bit of this. It's like, yeah, I'm working around people and they're really disgusting. What can I do? It's like, oh, nothing. Drink orange juice. Ugh. Oh, yeah. I do drink the orange juice, but boy, by the end of this, my immune system's going to be so great that I'm going to bring about the worst plague humanity's ever known. The only thing surviving in my body is going to be something so fucking evil. Once it gets out of the coffin, it's going to kill everything. They better cremate me is all I'm saying. This dang demo eventually. Hold still. I like I'm not even holding the accelerator. I'm like, oh, I'm catching up. Oh, I'm getting close. No, you're not. A little goofball. More of them. All right, send them over. That's not bad. It's one of those arcade-like touches I appreciate, where it's like, yeah, let's not make the game about like, oh, most realistic thing I've ever played. It was just like flipping your car in real life. It's a huge pain in the ass. Yeah, maybe too many cannons. I don't know. Nah, you're fine, Arnold. For when I was sick, I didn't shut up about it. It sucks. It's about all you can do is just be frustrated. We're finally at the end of this. Yeah, 2 auto cannons, 2 big weird grenade launchers. It works. If this ain't the end, I'm gonna assume it just goes on forever and I've been lied to, or whatever. Not lied to, but misled. Does work a little better to try to skip them off the ground near the vehicle. Game's a little high. Oh, that sounds awful, dude. The Bravourus. Where is that big son of a bitch? Yeah! Revenge time. Revenge o'clock. Yeah, the other cars are a trick. I just want to focus on the big guy here. Yeah, aren't a friend, it makes you almost long for a regular cold, doesn't it? I can relate. I just hope you don't get any vertigo. That shit's unbearable. Yeah! And it's a big demo. Yeah, fumes, really good. What a nice message. Say you just play indefinitely for if for whatever reason this was like enough and you're like, no, I just like the demo. It is one of those beefy demos that you can just in theory just play forever. I like that. It shows confidence in their design. Also, it shows that they genuinely want to entertain you. That's Fumes. I recommend it. I like the different biomes, like the combat, although it could use a little something extra to spice it up. It's not bad. Real cool graphics and lighting too, I like that. It would be cool if your demo progress translated over to the full game when it came out, although that make you a little OP in the start. That would be fun. That sounds awful, Artifrin. All right, only one thing to check. Do we get to play as the boss? Probably not. kill my only friend. Nope. Tell me whatever that's made out of. Any word on when the final version of this game will be out? Let me see. You know, let's look that up right now for you since I like it so much. Nope. It'll be done when it's done. Very small team working on this, so it makes sense. Happy birthday, Creative Doof. Hope you're having a good one. But yeah, it's like a single one-dude development team thing going on here. So I wouldn't expect... I would expect it 2024 unless he decides to like do something way crazier with it. Which at this point I wouldn't blame him. This demo is again, I can boot this up whenever and keep playing it. It's pretty fun. I would like some more depth in the game, but they like the visual and the controls and everything are really nice. The best way I can describe it is it's like a meal that's missing one seasoning. Like, oh, you got to put salt in it or something. Fix it up. Also, while the biomes are interesting, there's no real locations. Like, I'm not gonna dog on it for the recycled buildings that kind of seem to make no sense. But, it would be cool if in the future they added more, like, actual places to go. Or at least, like, some kind of architecture is different. Like, oh, it's, what the hell's this place? And you drive around, like, oh, how was that? That'd be fun. Maybe more things to pick up in the environment, that kind of thing. Yeah, you can play as Duke's Master if you want to, Creative Duke. That's certainly something you can do. It has custom skins if you wanted to go in and like paint your own car. You're allowed to do that. That's pretty cool. I like the music as well. All right, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now and try to fix GTA 4. I guess that's my homework for the rest of the night. Get some shut-eye, but yeah, thanks for dropping by and watching Fumes. Sorry that if for anybody who's looking for Grand Theft Auto 4 must be horribly disappointed because I was too. But that's new games for you, or that's old games for you. I guess I can kind of blame the hardware manufacturers too, though, because not entirely. They can't. Okay, here's the problem. Here's why you're running into the games with this issue. They can make them tinier, but let's just for now say they can't make a microchip or a transistor any tinier than they do right now. Well, their answer for that is just more transistors, which is, you know, the obvious place you go to. For some reason, within the game logic of a lot of games, if you introduce like 32 or 64 threads instead of the typical, like, you know, oh, well, it's got 8 or 12. The games don't like that, and they don't know how to use it, and they can't utilize it. So there's a couple of problems that we're running into right off the bat. First of all, old games don't work on this because it just freaks them out. Maybe there's a way to fix that, like on Windows side, but I don't know. And the other thing is now we have all these computers with these really robust processors with all these computational threads and everything, and not a single video game is using them. Not a single one. So that's got to be infinitely frustrating for anybody in the development. And it's like, hey, can we like use some of those threads on that processor? No, why not? Well, you got to be able to sell people on old machines. We're not going to see next generation PC games that aren't just like weird little tech demos for a long time because of that kind of thing. That's why you're going to get GTA 6 on PS5 and Xbox, and PC's going to be left in the dust a little bit. Because they don't know how to market to the person who has like a 4080 and like a 16 thread 4-core, you know, i7 that's still perfectly fine by 2014 standards. The computer's secretly making money from the console side. Well, you know, that's true. Ultimately, they're using Windows machines and Windows computers to build all this software, so yeah, that's true. Ultimately, these big companies all work together in one way or another, so any like the Sony versus Microsoft versus Nintendo, at best is either, at best it's just marketing. Microsoft doesn't want Nintendo to die. Microsoft wants Nintendo to do real good so that when they buy it, it's a good value. Same for Sony. Sony's like, no, I don't want Microsoft to fail necessarily. Well, if they think that, they're stupid. They know you want Microsoft to succeed so that when you beat them, that there's an actual reward for it. There's no reward in beating Nintendo if Nintendo's like destroyed itself. At that point, you didn't need to win. There was no fight. I don't know. Act like I could do business better than these big companies. You know what? I'm right. I probably could. Some of those spokespeople they had for Xbox are pretty fucking atrocious. If Microsoft ever buys Nintendo, will Sega be free? Sega just doesn't know what to do. It's got lightning in a bottle, and it's holding on to it, and it's like they refuse to let it out. Despite everybody desperately wanting the lightning to be out of the bottle. It's like, show us, do it again. Do the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 trick again. And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm just kidding. It's a fan game. The Sonic Superstars was already 33% off like a few months after it came out. So you paid $60, you just paid like, you paid for no reason. You paid $60 for no damn reason. I hate that. Oh, Sleepy Dog Zone. Steve Jobs never came close to the amount of wealth that Bill Gates had. Not even in the same ballpark. Even at the height of all the iPhone stuff. Microsoft wipes their ass with Apple to this day. Which is still pretty impressive when you think about it. The only people that Microsoft can't compete with is Google, and part of it's a marketing problem, but the other part is Microsoft underestimated Google and offered an inferior product, thinking that they could just, you know, well, our users will just use the Edge browser. They won't use Chrome. And I know better than them because it's the future and I know the answers. I think anybody could have told Microsoft back then that they weren't going to beat Google on the whole search engine thing. Oh, dude, Sega just finished getting their ass kicked over the Saturn. Yeah, I can see why they were afraid about the Dreamcast. Like the Saturn, people look at back at the Saturn fondly, but that was definitely the one that hurt Sega the most. Like there are some Saturn games, but no, they're few and far between. It's always some very obscure, like Japanese 2D thing, which is good and they're fun, but that's all there is. You got that, and then you got oddities like Power Slave, which has already been ported to PC and consoles, so that's not unique anymore. And I guess it had like a really weird Quake port, which is interesting if you're a nerd. But only interesting, not good. Notice I use the word interesting, not fun or good. Well, that's the end of the road. Again, yeah, I meant for this to be like a 2-hour long GTA 4 stream, but I hate that. It's been a while since the game did that to me, but I really hate that it updated to check DRM or to, added for sale GTA 4 on Steam, and then in the process, like, yeah, let's just mess around with some of these core files while we're here. Yeah, not like I was running a special build or anything. That's really nice. The myth of ownership. You don't own nothing. Even if it's physical, you don't own that either. They'll update the firmware on your Blu-ray player and it just will stop working. Okay, well, this was just nothing but fumes. What can I say? Best laid plans. And all, still, I'm glad we got done with the demo. Wish list fumes on Steam. It helps them out if you got a Steam account. I'd like to see this game do good. But as far as I'm going, I'm out of here. So, again, y'all have a good night. Thank you for watching. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for clicking like and supporting the streams and all that. Thank you for your generosity. Night Talker. Scudera. I appreciate you. Have a good night.